Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are back today for November's statistics for hashtag craft yourself free. Yes, that's what we're here for. So if you are new here, you may not know what this collaboration or hashtag is all about. Well, me and my co-conspirator, one of my yarny besties, and the person I share my birthday with, the gorgeous Christina over at Bella Uncinetto. If you are not familiar, I will put her channel link down in my description box. Go check her out. Go give her the love. Go and fall in love with her as your bestie like I have. Because why wouldn't you? At the end of last year, beginning of this year, we put our heads together to come up with a year-long collaboration, which we have invited all of you guys to participate in as well along the way, if you wish to. Now, a few of you lovelies have jumped in and joined in, and if you put the hashtag craft yourself free in your YouTube search bar, you will find every single person who has used that hashtag in their videos, and you will be able to see what they have managed to achieve this year. Now, there are similar types of challenges, collaborations out there on the YouTube streets. We are not trying to step on anybody's toes, oh no. But the similar type things to this, they have rules and restrictions, and we wanted a no rules, pressure and stress-free collab for the whole year that will keep us accountable, will let us see what we are managing to achieve, and getting the factor. Now, a lot of us have gorgeous and very full craft stashes. Now, if you are lucky enough to have one of those said craft stashes, then you may just be interested. I am going to be carrying this on next year. I hope Christina will be too, but there is no pressure for her to. I will be flying the flag regardless. Now, what we are trying to do is we are trying to actively encourage you to use your stash to craft yourself free of the restrictions of not only life, not only adulting, not only boring blah stuff, but also free yourself from the weight of some of your stash, but also free your soul while using it and crafting to your heart's content. Now, Christina opened this up a little wider to include some other hobbies aside from crafting, should you wish. She mentioned things like gardening and baking and reading, Lego model building, all of the things. If it brings you joy and gives you a sense of freedom, then it can be included. Now, mine is predominantly yarn and diamond painting that I have been including in my tallies, but there has been the odd other thing along the way. Christina will tell you how many books she has read in the month, what Lego models she has built, what jigsaw puzzles she has put together, etc, etc. But go and head over to her channel to see all that she has been up to for yourself. We are doing this slightly differently, but together at the same time, if that makes sense. Now, like I said, other things like this are going around the YouTube streets, but they have stipulations on when things were bought, for example. We are just whatever goes, literally whatever goes. If you went to the shops this morning and bought it and you used it by this afternoon, include it in your totals. Now, we have some people doing it by finished objects. As soon as a project or item has been completed, they will tally it as to how many finished objects they have got. Other people, if it's in the case of yarn, are actually calculating how many yards exactly they have used. Other people are collecting completed yarn bands and using that as their tally. For me, regardless of what craft I am doing, the way I tally my results is it only gets included if it is completely finished, number one. And secondly, I weigh it and then I do my totals by weight. I will give you the grams, which is what we use here in the UK, but I will also give it to you in ounces as well for the rest of you and the majority of you that watch me, because grams don't mean anything to you, right? And that is how I do it. I do it by weight. And then at the end of the year, so at the end of December, I will give you my December totals, but then I will give you my complete totals for the whole year of 2025. Now, I know that there will be lots and lots and lots of you out there that will always feel the pressure that you can buy the craft supplies quicker than you can use them. And that is true. The majority of us are that way. I include myself in that right front and center. I buy more than I can use. However, by doing this segment and by collecting my yarn bands for the year and little bits and pieces like that, I can justify that I am using what I am buying. It just might be at a slower pace than clicking in that checkout button, okay? And it does motivate me, it does encourage me. And do you know what? Even though I do a lot of buying, it does encourage me to shop what's in my stash first. If I'm looking at doing a project, I will think, do I already have yarn that's suitable, before I'm instantly just hitting the shops. So even though I am still buying quite a bit, because who doesn't love buying craft supplies, especially yarn, just saying. It does make me think, see if you've already got it, because then you can use that up, make room for new, and include it in your totals. So that is the way I am doing mine, okay? So there isn't an awful lot this month. It is going to be fairly quick. However, I am going to include a project that I have never shown on the channel and I have never featured, but I did get it completed and I could include it in November stats, so I thought I'd give you a quick look at that project as well. So we are going to go down my list of what I have completed and then give you the totals in weight for the month. So it's not going to be a super long video, but you know, it is what it is. December is going to be an incredibly busy month, so I don't see that being a particularly huge total either, but I do know that I have had a couple of months along the way in 2025 where I have far surpassed anything that I thought I would achieve, and altogether it will be a gorgeous total, and it will be proof that I do use the stuff that I buy, people. I do, just not very quickly. So there we have it. And also, if you want to join in, you can jump on at any time. Please feel free to email myself or Christina your totals. Do a video yourself. Just remember to include that hashtag so that other people can search and watch what you have been up to. And like I said, I am definitely continuing this into next year, and I hope you will join alongside me and surprise yourself at just how much of your craft stash that you manage to craft yourself free from, okay? So for the month of November, I managed to make, if you had seen Monday's video, you will see that I actually did all of the crocheted hearts that I make for charity for both November and December. So I have already completed that for the whole year. There will be no more crocheted hearts this year. I got 2 months done in one. I made 80 pairs, which is 160 individual hearts. It also meant that if you didn't see Monday's video, I did complete the target I set myself for 2025, which is to make and donate 500 pairs. So I have packaged them up and they will be sent this week to the charity. So the 80 pairs of crocheted hearts came in at 360 grams or 12.69 ounces, which is, that's okay. I can be happy and live with that. Yes, I can. Earlier in the month, I featured some diamond painted cards that I had managed to complete. They were Christmas themed, if I remember correctly, and there were 12 of them, and they came in at 185 grams. Now, with the diamond painted cards, I do not include the envelopes. I just put the card with the decorated dots on them. I don't put in the extra dots that I didn't use because they don't count towards the total. It is literally just the diamond dotted card that I have used that I weigh. So that was 185 grams or 6.52 ounces. Again, not too shabby. Next up, we have Arthur the Frog. I featured him last week. He was completed. He was part of the crochet along that is being hosted by my YouTube auntie Lala from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming. Because I have mentioned my wonderful, wonderful auntie, I will put her channel link down in my description box as well. Go and check her out. Last month in October, she encouraged us to make an item where our name was part of the pattern title, not the designer. The actual title or name of the pattern had to include our name. And this month for November, she encouraged us to find patterns using our parents' names in the title. Again, not the designer's name, the actual pattern's name. And Arthur is my dad's name. He is the person that gave me the nickname Manf or Manfa, hence my channel name. And I absolutely fell in love with that grumpy frog. And my children call my dad Grumps because he's grumpy granddad. So it all just fit absolutely beautifully. I had so much fun making Arthur. He now lives proudly on my bookcase at the top of my stairs. He makes me smile every time I go past him. I did manage to complete him, and he weighed in at 128 grams or 4.51 ounces. So nice little boost there. Now, the other project you may have seen me complete this month are the little Christmas-themed amigurumi head decorations that I got as part of a Temu haul, a Temu craft kit. And I did complete all 6 of those. They are super cute, super adorable. I didn't know what I was going to do with them, but the vast majority of you have persuaded me to keep them. I don't think I'm going to put hangers on them. I think I am going to use them on shelves or windowsills or fireplace, something like that, just to add to the Christmas decorations that we already have as a family. And because there are 6 of them, there are plenty to divvy out amongst the children as such a time as they may want them for themselves. So the 6 amigurumi Christmas head decorations from the Temu crochet kit came in at 208 grams or 7.33 ounces. So again, a nice little total there. And then the final thing is the project that I have never shown on the channel. Now, if you have been here a while, you will know that I tried to boost my charitable donations with what I make. Now, I've mentioned the crochet hearts. I managed to do that all year, and all of those packages have been sent, barring this recent one, which I will send at the end of this week because I work from home on Fridays. I finish earlier and I can get to the post office. So as of Friday, all of the charity donations for Needles, Hooks, Angels and Premies will be done and all sent. I was trying to support Christina with a charity that she is supporting by making baby items and baby blankets. I have them all still here. They are all waiting to be boxed up and shipped out. But until the world goes back to a sensible level of how much shipping costs, they will remain with me until I can comfortably get them to Christina for the cause that she is helping. And one of those items, said baby blanket, is the project that I am going to show you today. Now, you may remember that earlier in the year I did a blanket made out of these squares, which are actually the middle of this blanket. Let me see if I can show you. This square in the middle, I made 2 blankets, I think, out of these squares. Well, I had this one left over, so I thought, let's pull some yarn from my stash and let's just turn it into a bit of a bigger blanket. Now, as baby blankets go, this is super tiny, but I thought that this could be used as a car seat cover for when they're really, really dinky, or it can be used as some kind of comforter or snuggler. So to go with that pale blue centre square, I pulled this out of my stash. It is a Premier anti-pilling everyday bobbin, and as you can see, it is completely empty. Now, I have pulled the sticker off the end because I am going to stick this to a piece of paper and then put it in my yarn bands for the year, because I did use every single little bit of it. and I can put it in my yarn labels. So I did use the anti-pilling everyday bobbin, like I said. It's 100% anti-pilling acrylic. It's a medium 4 weight. In total, there were 543 yards, or 498 meters, 9 ounces, or 255 grams. And there are all of the other details there: machine wash, warm, tumble dry. They got the Ecotex. It was in the colour Blue Moon, which I thought was really cute. But yes, I am going to throw this bobbin away unless I can find another use for it, which I'm not too sure I can. And I'm going to claim this label for the end of year totals. And I literally, guys, I went around that already made square, alternating between granny clusters and solid granny. And I literally just made a square. But there are all the colours of the bobbin around that central square. It will need washing and blocking, and that's fine. And like I said, it's really not that big. It is more of a carry blanket or over a car seat, maybe even tummy time. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to get it to the charity that wanted the baby blankets, but it will get there eventually. Or sometime in the future there will be a baby that wants it, or I'll find some other use for it. So like I said, I already had that middle square done. I then did the traditional granny square. I then did solid granny square. I then went back to traditional granny, and then I did the reverse single crochet around the edge, which looks a lot like crab stitch, but it's much easier for Manfa to do. So there we go, a tiny, tiny little square, but it used up my bobbin and I am super, super pleased with it. I will wash that and block that and put it away for such a time as I'm needing to send it to somebody. So the blue baby blanket was 273 grams or 9.63 ounces. And that is literally all I managed to complete in November, which isn't terrible, but isn't one of my better months, as I explained earlier. So in total, for November, I used 1,154 grams, which is the equivalent of 40.70 ounces. So I am absolutely okay with that. It's much more than I thought that I had managed to achieve before I did all of the tallying and the weighing, and it's proof even more that I am using my stash. So yay, there we go. That is it for #CraftYourselfFree for the month of November. Let me know down below, do you know how well you did this month? Has it been a particularly good crafty month, or has it been a little bit hit or miss? Like I said, I'm not expecting great things for December, but I am expecting to be a little bit shell-shocked as to what the whole total for the whole year of 2025 will be. That is really exciting, and I cannot wait to find out that number. So thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to put the hashtag in your search bar and you will find all of the other lovelies that do Craft Yourself Free videos. And please come back on Friday. It's not a crafty catch-up because most of my crafting leading up to this week for filming was getting the charity hearts done, because hey, I did 2 months in one sitting, so I needed the extra time to get it done. But that means I have bought myself more crafting time in December, so there is method to my madness. So there is no crafty catch-up because you've already seen the majority of my crafting for this week anyway. So I am going to show you a super cool acquisition that I bought, and I am going to give you a sneak peek of a time pressured project that I need to get done ASAP. So if that interests you, please come back on Friday. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye guys, love you loads.